Chapter 3: A Demon King No More. 3 years later. 3 years has passed since that fateful day. Goku has grown stronger by the hour, relentless in his quest to surpass the tyrant Frieza. After dropping Bulma to her home, he took up Roshi's offer of training. Having surpassed the old pervert before he was even born in terms of power, Goku learned all the techniques that Roshi had to teach him. From after image to lightning murder, Goku had easily learned all the old man had to teach him in the first few months. He stayed making new attacks with Roshi. He created the Super Kamehameha Wave, the Spiral Kamehameha Wave, which drills into the opponent, making it need a lot less power to defeat a stronger opponent by attacking one part of the body rather than the whole body at the same time. Goku had grown immensely in the past 3 years. Now 15 years of age, he grew to 6 foot 5 inches. He was massively muscled all over. He had handsome angelic features with a constant prominent smile on his face. He occasionally met with Bulma over the first year of his training and went on various dates. They soon fell in love. But for the last 2 years, Goku was busy with his training, and Bulma had taken apart Goku's pod and scouter to increase technology and to help build a faster, stronger ship for Goku to travel in. She was also working on a gravity room for him, after hearing Goku mention planet Vegeta's gravity being 10 times that of Earth and how much more efficient his training would be if he were there. Bulma didn't tell Goku she was working on it as a surprise. She had grown beautifully in the past 3 years, and today, she would meet Goku again for the first time in a while. Earlier in his 3-year training, Goku met a monk named Krillin, who was also seeking training with Roshi. Though Goku was a pupil of Master Roshi, due to Goku's previous mastery of a higher form of martial arts taught by Kami, Goku did not learn beside Krillin and was even a partial teacher to the young bald monk. Today, Goku leaves with Krillin and Roshi to the world's martial arts tournament in order to compete. Goku is going to meet new people and gain experience, because regardless of his power, skill is more important, and it would be foolish for him to think he knew all there was to know. Krillin wanted to go in order to prove himself to Master Roshi and Goku. He had trained hard under both of them and even learned the Kamehameha himself, as well as made his own technique called Kinzen or Destructo Disc. Funnily enough, it only took Goku one look at the technique to learn it himself, much to Krillin's annoyance. But in exchange, Goku taught Krillin how to sense energy, to fight without depending on your eyes, and even how to fly, to Krillin's joy. Today is the day of the tournament, and Goku is walking inside the tournament building with Master Roshi and Krillin. He is keeping an eye out for a certain blue-haired angel. Finally, he sees her inside the building close to the registration line. She was looking at the fighters arriving, hope shining in her eyes with each one to enter. Finally, her eyes landed on Goku, and for a second they just stared at each other. Finally, after what seemed like forever, they run into each other's arms and embraced tightly. Goku began to kiss her, and she returned it tenfold. After what seemed like hours but was in fact a few seconds, they separated. "I've missed you so much, my love," said Goku as he stared at Bulma with adoring eyes that even the most oblivious could tell was love. "I missed you so much, Goku. Please let's not be separated for so long again. I missed you so much. I love you too," said Bulma, tears in her eyes. Goku just smiled kindly before taking her hands in his, ignoring the jealous looks in Krillin and Master Roshi's faces before he walked in line and registered along with Krillin into the tournament. As there was a small wait before the first matches, Goku and Bulma went up into a hotel room where they got reacquainted. The next day they both woke up refreshed and happy. Goku got up to get ready for his match. Before he could put on his gi given to him by Master Roshi, Bulma stopped him. "No need to wear that. I remade your Saiyan armor. I made it with reinforced material and took out unnecessary parts to allow for more mobility. It's 50% more durable than before. Plus you won't have to stretch it from baby size to adult," Bulma said jokingly. Goku smiled and took the armor appreciatively, as well as the new scouter that was updated to handle much higher power levels, as his own had increased exponentially to the extent that his own scouter got destroyed from trying to measure him. Very comfortable, thank you Bulma, I really do appreciate the effort. I promise to make it up to you my love, Goku said. Just don't go away for so long, okay? You can live with me in Capsule Corp as long as you are with me, I have all that I want, said Bulma lovingly. Goku smiled and nodded before he walked down into the tournament block, waiting to see who he would face. First, there was a preliminary to eliminate the weaker fighters. Luckily for Krillin, his block was a different one than Goku's. Goku dominated the competition with ease and blew all his enemies out of the ring, shocking the spectators with his display of power. After a few moments, the announcer spoke, well ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have quite the powerhouse here. This will surely be a great spectacle. Krillin, with little challenge, also dominated in his block and went on to the next round. Slowly but surely, both Krillin and Brocker dominated the competition before it was just the two of them that remained in the finals. Try your best Krillin, hold nothing back or you will lose before you can even blink, said Goku, sounding arrogant to those who did not know him. Yeah, don't worry, I don't think I can even hurt you if I went all out, so I might as well, said Krillin nervously. The announcer signaled the beginning of the fight. Krillin charged Goku, immediately going in with a feint, then attacking from behind while leaving an afterimage. Goku, not fooled, simply stuck his leg out behind him, smashing Krillin back to the edge of the ring. Krillin immediately got back up again, circling Goku before charging at him from the side, this time shooting a ki blast at Goku's left while spinning and attacking Goku from the right. Goku, having lowered his power to match Krillin's, wasn't able to move in time to dodge both Krillin and the blast, and instead countered the blast with on hand while grabbing Krillin's head and smashing him into the arena floor with the other. Oh my, what a devastating move. Can the young student of Master Roshi recover in time, said the announcer, excitement clear in his voice from the amazing show of skill. Krillin, after 7 seconds, rose back up again in a clear daze. Knowing that he could not face Goku head-on, he decided to use sneaky tactics. Jumping away from Goku, creating a gap between them, Krillin seemingly charged a powerful Kamehameha wave and shot it at Goku in seconds. Goku decided to block the attack, but strangely it hit the ground in front of him rather than him directly. Suddenly movement came behind Goku and he felt something latch onto his tail. Gotcha. Shouldn't have left it dangling behind you like that, Goku. Especially when it's your only weakness, said Krillin proudly. Goku, however, didn't react at all, and after a second he threw Krillin off of him and out of the ring with a shake of his tail. Krillin was stunned as Goku walked up to him and said, do you really think I'd leave that weakness? I trained my tail, you can no longer use it against me. You should have factored that in as a possibility in your strategy, said Goku, before he helped Krillin stand up and went towards the announcer. Amazing. We have a winner, Goku no Kami, the 21st World Martial Arts Champion. Goku smiles and takes the reward of 1 million zeni and the honor of being the world's greatest fighter. Goku leaves later with Bulma, Krillin leaving also with Master Roshi. Goku asked Bulma if she wanted to collect the Dragon Balls again. When Bulma asked him why, he replied with the desire to keep it out of the hands of people like Pilaf. Bulma asked why he didn't just get one of the Dragon Balls. Goku, seeing the logic in that, agreed. And after a few weeks in Capsule Corp, Goku left with Bulma again to retrieve at least one of the Dragon Balls. Gohan, having long left back to his home in Mount Paozu to live out his days, Roshi and Krillin training back at the island. Goku and Bulma found coincidentally the 4-star Dragon Ball. But as Goku was trying to leave, a group known as the Red Ribbon Army came upon him with the Dragon Ball. They threatened to kill him if he did not hand it over. When Goku inquired on their intentions, they ignored his question and tried to lay down fire upon him and Bulma. Goku quickly took Bulma away from the bullets before he returned, anger clear in his eyes as he grabbed the leader of this group of soldiers and smashed his head in with his bare hands. Startled and afraid, the rest of the soldiers either tried to open fire or run away. Goku would have none of that and charged at them, destroying them one by one. After they all laid dead, Goku took the Dragon Balls in their possession and asked Bulma about this so-called army. The Red Ribbon Army are a rebel group. They seek to control the world and are run by Commander Red. It seems they found out about the Dragon Balls and they want to use them for their own purposes, said Bulma angrily. I see, said Goku. He then made the decision to wipe out this army of scum from the face of the earth. Any organization willing to kill innocent people for power is one that isn't worthy on living in this earth, thought Goku. He and Bulma returned to Capsule Corp where they stored the 3 Dragon Balls they had gotten. Goku told Bulma to stay there for her safety and flew out to various Red Ribbon Army bases, destroying them with ease one at a time. Finally, when Goku reached the last and main base, he destroyed their entire defense and charged through directly to the top level of the base. In there was a short midget-like man who looked at the giant that was Goku and began to shake in fear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to attack you and your friend. We just wanted the Dragon Balls so that I could wish to be the tallest man on earth. I've always been mocked for my shortness. I felt like I deserved some reward for all the bullying I've dealt with, said Commander Red. This statement caused Goku's eyes to blaze with fury, and in a deep, powerful voice Goku spoke, "You killed innocent people. Hired ruthless assassins. Tao is dead, by the way, and destroyed lives just so that you could be taller," said Goku, his anger causing the entire structure to shake. Giving warning to a certain doctor who took initiative to flee the base before it came down on his head. Commander Red, seeing his death before his eyes, began to plead with the angry, green glowing Saiyan. Hint, no, please don't, I'll give you anything you want. Just don't kill me, Red pleaded shamelessly. Goku, hearing nothing and seeing only red, raised his arm before releasing a powerful blast, causing an explosion in a 100-meter radius around him, destroying Commander Red and bringing down the entire facility. Goku, seeing nothing around him, began to calm down his green-tinted aura residing as he looked for a moment at what was once a base of a great army, and left, flying back to Capsule Corp. 2 years later. After 2 years living in Capsule Corp with Bulma, Goku was a happy young man, grown to 7 feet tall with some growth still left. He came out of his 500 times gravity chamber and showered quickly before walking into the living area. There sat his lovely wife of 1 year and their 1.5-year-old son, who Goku named Campo, after his father and his mentor Kami, and his friend Mr. Popo. Campo was born with a power level of 20,000. Quite powerful. His power had only grown with time, and the 1.5-year-old already had a power level of 100,000. Showing faster growth than his father, possibly due to the blend of human and Saiyan genes. Goku brushed the thought off and smiled at his lovely wife and child. Life was truly good. It had been 5 years since Goku saw his father Kami. He decided that he might visit him sometime later this week. Goku asked Bulma, "So when can I train the little guy?" Bulma looked at Goku before she laughed. "He is only 1.5 years, Goku. Give him another 2 years at least. Then I promise you can train him to your heart's content," said Bulma. Goku grumbled something out before nodding and saying fine, but no more than 2 years. He is a Saiyan and fighting is in his blood. It would do no good to suppress that. Bulma nodded before saying, "Yes, I know that, Goku, and I agree. I'm just saying he is too young right now. Plus, he is half human as well. And we humans like eating chocolate and playing with toys at that age. Not exercising," Bulma exclaimed. Goku agreed with Bulma, before he went into the kitchen, finding a box-like device that, when pressed, materialized food. Making a meal for himself, Goku filled his stomach to the brim before kissing Campo and Bulma, the former of which was laughing and playing with his own tail, before he left to see Kami. seeing no need to put it off for another week. Goku reached Kami's lookout in a few hours due to deciding to take a slow pace. Once he reached there, he sensed something wrong. Kami was fighting someone. Goku hurried to the lookout only to see his beloved father fighting for his life against a small creature. The creature was being overpowered, and before Goku could do anything, the creature took out some kind of rice cooker and broke it open. Kami gasped, and in anger killed the elf creature before standing back as a green mist began to form into a solid figure. The figure looked exactly like Kami, except darker somehow. The figure laughed before exclaiming, "I am free. The Demon King Piccolo has returned." Piccolo attempted to attack Kami, but before he could take a step forward, Goku had smashed his knee against the Demon King, only to see Kami recoil as if he was also struck. Goku looked between the two in fear, realizing that they were connected somehow, and anything he did to this Piccolo would also hurt Kami. Piccolo, realizing the hesitance of Goku, laughed, "So Kami, you have taken a pupil, I see. And to think we were once one being. Yet a being of this power exists, and instead of destroying him before he becomes a threat, you decide to train him. Pathetic. I'm glad we are no longer one. I could not stand your foolish mind and weak heart," said King Piccolo in disgust of Kami. Kami, however, after a few moments collected himself and looked at Piccolo. "Piccolo, you are my responsibility. Due to my inability to overcome the hatred in my heart, I had to separate into two beings. All the death you have caused, it is because of my own weakness. But no more. Today, we shall become one again. I have become much stronger. Brokarut, come to me quickly," said Kami. Brokarut obeyed without hesitation. And Kami placed his hand on Brokarut's forehead. A brief glow appeared between them before Kami exclaimed, "There, you are now the guardian of Earth. And now I no longer need to be pure. I will take your evil Piccolo and I will crush it or destroy myself in the process," said Kami, who lunged at Piccolo, who attempted to escape but was outmatched by his stronger half. Kami quickly grabbed Piccolo and a glow appeared between them. "You will regret this, Kami. I will make you destroy all that you care for. I will destroy you from the inside if I have to." "No, no," were the last words of Piccolo as his very essence was absorbed into Kami. After a few minutes the glow subsided. And there stood Kami, looking a little more youthful but not by much. His power had grown tenfold, but even then he did not surpass Brokarut in power. Father," said Brokarut. "Master," Kami yelled Mr. Popo in fear. Kami stood straight and looked at both Brokarut and Popo before he smiled gently. "Yes, it is me. Worry not. Piccolo is slowly being absorbed into me. He might have overwhelmed me if this was 18 years ago. But training Brokarut made me much stronger." Kami looked in Goku's direction before his smile turned into a slight frown. "Goku, I'm sorry my son, I have not seen you in years, but here I must go. I remember my origins. I am a Namekian from planet Namek. I must see if my people survived the storm that killed most of them off and lead my parents to send me to this planet. Please take care of the Earth. I will see you again someday. Forgive me, but my people may need me. I must return to them if they are still alive," said Kami, sadness clear in his expression. Mr. Popo also looked quite sad, whereas Brokarut had only a brief look of sadness before his wisdom showed. "I understand, Father, and were I in your place I would do the same. I forgive you, Father. Please, take whatever you need from the lookout before you leave. And have a safe journey. I will come to this planet, Namek, someday, so that we may meet again. Now go to your people, and bring them joy in your existence," said Goku, causing a bright smile to come on Kami's face. Kami flew off into the distance, leaving and Brokarut alone at the lookout. Moments later Brokarut groaned. "Oh God, what the hell am I going to tell Bulma?